So as of now, we know the entire roster of the new game Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, with a whopping 183 characters in the base game and more along the way. We've currently been promised at the very least one season of DLC, including characters from Dragon Ball Super Hero and the new show Dragon Ball Daima. However, given how much DLC Xenoverse got, most people are expecting Sparking Zero DLC to keep going for a long time. This DLC will probably cover some of the bigger missing players from the Dragon Ball lineup, such as Super 17, but I think it'd be cool to think about some oddball characters to get in. And in my opinion, the coolest addition to the roster would be the inclusion of characters from Toriyama's extended manga universe. An unfortunate symptom of Dragon Ball's downright massive success is that it overshadowed a lot of other works that Toriyama has worked on. And while characters like this would probably get some hardcore Dragon Ball fans hoping for their favorite character very angry, I think this would be a good way to honor the late Akira Toriyama after his recent passing, and a good way to get eyes on his work outside of just Dragon Ball. Now, he has a lot of stories and works that we could pull from, so what characters would I choose? Well, of all the characters in this selection, Arale has by far the best chance of making it into this game. Even though she's the main character of Dr. Slump, she exists in sort of a pseudo-canonicity, with Dragon Ball appearing in the manga for a few chapters and even getting a proper crossover episode in Dragon Ball Super. Not to mention, she was already a playable character in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, so she already has a moveset to draw from. She actually also was a cameo in all 4 Budokai games, so not the craziest pick, but I think a good opening to ease in less recognizable characters from Toriyama. For instance, Cashman. So Cashman is from Toriyama's 1990 one-shot that actually got a nice OVA in 1997. Cashman is an alien from space trying to get back to his home planet by rescuing innocents in danger, though only those who are willing to pay the money up front. He has a cool sword, which is actually one of the motifs shown in one of the Sparking Zero trailers, and he has probably one of the coolest designs of Toriyama's non-Dragon Ball characters. He's also pretty powerful in the context of his story. He reminds me a lot of the great Saiyaman, and I think they would have some great interactions if he were included in the game. Another great character would be Neko Majin. Neko Majin is the titular character of Neko Majin, a manga drawn by Toriyama, which eventually became a parody of Dragon Ball Z in its later chapters. While not as popular as Arale, he actually appears in a few previous Dragon Ball games, namely as an assist character in the Japanese version of Super Sonic Warriors 2, and as a unit in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. As a student of Goku, he's got access to all your regular moves and key lists like the Kamehameha, so you wouldn't have to do crazy revisions to get him to work in the series proper. Beelzebub would also make a great pick. Beelzebub is the main character from the single volume manga Sandland, published around the year 2000. Sandland just recently received a lot of love and new fans, in part due to its new game and TV show. I think representation within Sparking Zero would help keep that flame going and draw people back into its manga, which I think sports some of Toriyama's most detailed monster and vehicle art. We could also get some cool back and forth with Nomura, who resembles his father, Lucifer. Now, if I could pick a truly wild card character to pick from Toriyama's manga theater, I'd probably choose Tang Tong from Toriyama's one-off Dragon Boy. The story was basically used as a prototype for Dragon Ball, which you can see in a lot of its art and panels. So the byline is there, even if he might not be as recognizable of a character. There are other characters that I could definitely fit the bill. You could include Toki from the one-shot Kentucky, but design-wise, I think he resembles Beelzebub a lot, and Beelzebub is probably the more popular character. He could work as an alternate skin, though, maybe. Akman is a cool character with a sword and all that, but he doesn't really fight much in his story, so a lot of his moves would need to be made up. There's also Tong Poo from The Adventures of Tong Poo, was released in 1983. Essentially, he's a cyborg who is trying to get back to his home planet. Not a super inspired design, but definitely prime Toriyama. It would be good to see him show up in some form or fashion. He does have a, small fight scene. Overall though, I would suggest reading Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater if you're interested in his extended body of work. It contains a hefty collection of his one-shots in nice manga volume form, and I don't know, maybe the Sparking Zero team will take the risk. I doubt it, but a fan can dream anyway. Anyway, thanks for listening. Here on this channel, I talk a lot about Dragon Ball and gaming, and so you'll probably be hearing a lot more Sparking Zero discussion from me in the future. If you want to hear more, please leave a like and subscribe. It goes a long way in terms of motivating me to make more of these videos. Anyway, bye.